Howdy, welcome back to the podcast. We have Mr. Walker. This is part B. So if you have not seen part one, go back and watch part one. What's up, Walker? How are you?
Not much. I'm happy to be back. I mean, I don't feel like we covered a lot of ground last time, so
I know.
I'm excited to restart. I don't even remember quite what we were talking about last time, but it's been a week.
It has been
podcast magic.
It has been 1 week, and so I'm sure that these will come out probably like in between weeks, maybe.
Sure.
So like I'll have something in between. But I guess what we talked about as soon as you kind of got here is like you're reading your Bible on the way to your travel.
Washington, yeah, on the plane.
I find it so interesting that you've really leaned into like the lifestyle, if you will.
Yeah, man. Like I'm still trying to figure out and like rationalize the whole Jesus was the Son of God and he rose from the grave thing. But I've saw nothing but like positive in it. I think a lot of evil and bad things have been done in the name of a God or God, but for the most part, like the message is positive. It's all like, hey, just try to be a better person, treat others how you want to be treated, like that. All that stuff I can vibe with. So it's just like, I was on a plane for 2 hours, flew Spirit, didn't have internet unless I wanted to pay like $12 to $15. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. So let me just open my phone. What do I got? What apps can I use? Bible app. Cool. Started reading the book of Isaiah, which has some like good verses that I like. Like one that I've been using lately for like workout is it's 40:31. It's like, he who hath faith in the Lord shall renew his strength. He shall rise up on wings like eagles. He shall run and not grow weary. He shall walk and not faint. And I'm like, that's fucking badass, dude. Like
That's pretty badass.
Like I was saying that yesterday. So I hit a PR on Hex Bar yesterday.
What'd you hit?
575.
Nice.
So we're on the road to,
Yeah.
I want to do 615 now because I figured out I can fit both chains on there, can load up the bar, 585, put the 2 chains on, and 615 is now the goal. So I'm like, we have 2 chains. I'm going to use 2 chains.
And then your birthday is?
7/8, so it's in a couple of weeks, so like 4 weeks ish. So we got time. We can figure it out. 575 moved real smooth. It moved real easy. So I was like, okay. I had no intention of maxing out aside from like yesterday. I was like 545, like throw the 2 chains on there and see what we can do, and we did it. So
Do you let the chains hang, or are they like wrapped around?
So they are just long enough, which I figured this out the other day, to fit around the handles, and so. For the second chain wasn't fitting for some reason, but I had a carabiner like in the corner on one of the like the tricep push down apparatuses, the rope. So I took the carabiner off, threw that on the chain, and I was like, well, good to go. Posted on my Instagram, WalkerMania19.
There you go.
Shout out to myself.
Quick plug.
But yeah, dude. The Bible's got a lot of like cool stuff in it, and it's like really like just overall positive message. Like I said, like people are using it the wrong way to do bad things, and some people like read it and don't really absorb the message and say and do a lot of hypocritical stuff. But like overall, like judge not lest you be judged. Don't judge people, you know. Everybody's walking their journey. Everybody's got battles that you don't see. So like don't judge people, you know, treat them with grace, try to treat them with love. Overall, just like try to like let people see the Spirit or whatever, the Holy Spirit through you. So it's like be loving, be kind, and then people like do better themselves. They'll be more motivated.
I forgot at one point in my life, but I remember thinking that like really aggressive. Like you just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't know. I remember being in really shitty spots and people treat me like shit, and I was like, I didn't really understand the rationale why. And then it's like, well, then don't be that guy, right?
Right.
Just be. I like. Someone in my life says, be the change you want to see. And I like that a lot. And she said it probably like a couple years ago, and I really was like, okay.
It's very like stoic. Like I always say to people, like he who would move with the earth should move himself first. Like don't look at everything and be like, oh, this place is a mess. Like, but what are you doing to clean it? Like, for example, at the gym, UFC Fit, people have just ruined the sauna in there, and like people like to be like, it's so dirty in here, and I'm like, yeah, y'all got your shoes on. What does it say on the door? Please remove your shoes. They're making it sound like it's an option. If I had the sign, I'd be like, hey, take your shoes off or you will be removed physically if needed.
No shoes allowed.
No shoes allowed. They've replaced all of the seats in there, like all the wood part. The bottom row is just black from people's footprints. I'm like, yeah, that's why it's dirty, you fucks. Like trying to be a Christian, but you know, like when I hear people People with shoes on complain it's so dirty in here. Yeah, dude, you're the dirty one. You're the one causing the problem. So why don't you self-reflect, do some mushrooms, have an ego death before I fucking knock you out? And that's why I'm reading the Bible, because I'm a very angry person.
Did you end up having a microdose this weekend? I thought you said you were going to.
I microdosed yesterday or the day before, actually. I don't really like have a set schedule. I'll just be like, I have a bag sitting on my kitchen table, and like whenever I eat lunch, I'm like, let's like split a cap in half. And sometimes it's like, the other day I kind of did too much because I'm like, I can feel it. I'm yawning. My eyes are watering. I'm like, yeah, I did a little too much, but either way, it's like I feel pretty okay, you know?
So if you do take too much, like do you go out and like just train clients? And
it's never like super like, oh dude, the walls are moving. It's never like that bad, but it's like, okay, like we got to kind of lock in here because I'm feeling it. And it's like the same thing if like you smoke weed and you're like, I didn't think I would still be high when I was training this person. But it's like, okay, just like take a sip of water, reflect on the Bible or something, and just like focus, you know, just be like, all things are possible through Christ.
Train this client
while you're stoned. It's all right. Super professional. But
I had a time where Delta 8 was coming out in Texas. And
what is that?
Delta 8 is weed, but it's CBD. And so it's a specific strain. So what everybody knows is like THC. It's THC 9 or Delta 9, I think is what it's called. And so Delta 8 is just a strain that was made for because Texas is still illegal. You can have and smoke Delta 8, a specific strain that's non-psychoactive. And my first time I had a client who runs or I guess the client's brother, whatever the fuck it was. They owned a venue in Houston that distributed all Delta 8, manufactured all Delta 8 to Texas. And they had these gummies, and it was like, you should try one. Like they're really kind of cool. And I was like, I've taken CBD so many times.
I'll be
like
fine.
It's absolutely fine. So I took it.
Everybody always says that before they have a fucking meltdown. I'll be fine. I've done this before.
Dude, holy fuck. I felt like I was on LSD. I really felt like I was losing my mind. And
you know what the dosage was of it?
It was supposed to be 10 milligrams, but
of CBD?
Of CBD.
Specifically Delta 8.
Specifically Delta 8. And I was like, bullshit, this is psychoactive. Dude, I was fucking, and I had clients. I
felt
clients
like you were
for the
on like
rest
Joey
of the day.
Diaz's podcast or something.
Dude, I couldn't talk. I remember like riding the high as it's coming up, and I was like, wow, this shit's really clean and this is really cool. Holy shit. What is the meaning of life? Am I even honest? What's honesty? What does this even mean?
The train's going, bro. The chain's gone.
I could not catch it. It was rough.
Did anybody say anything to you like afterwards, like any of the people you trained?
No.
So I'm thinking that maybe you're just too deep in your own head about it. Like, you probably were like, I'm fucking losing it. Like, it feels like it's been 2 hours. I've heard other people talk about that where they think they're just gone, and people are like, you were fine. I didn't notice anything. Like, and you're just like in your head, you're like, oh my God, like I'm so high, I can't talk, I can't do anything.
Up here, it was insanity.
Yeah, you're just having an ego death. It's just fucking, your mind's at war with itself.
I couldn't do it, dude. I don't know. It's just. Even when I moved here, I started, like, I smoked weed a couple times, and I would just get whatever was recommended.
Sure.
And every single time I'd have a couple rips off of I usually just get like a pre-rolled joint. Yeah. And I would just get so fucked up after just a couple rips out of I just couldn't do it anymore. And so I started going to, there's a place right next to the house, and you can like select on THC levels, and I got the lowest THC possible. Okay. And I couldn't even that, like, it was okay, but I was like, I don't really know if this is like worth it to me anymore. I kind of missed dime bags, where it was just like super shitty dry
just, like,
ass
sticks
weed
and gravel in there and shit. Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. There's something about it's probably like those days that I loved, not necessarily like that drug, but it was just like the freeness of, man, I can just smoke weed, go to school, nobody knows, like, and like I knew I was doing something wrong, but it was like not really wrong. It's like, really, this is the thing that everybody's mad at. Like, I can still operate.
Right.
Yeah. So
it was like that anxiety of getting it kind of leveled out the high for you. Like, I got to go to somebody's sketchy house and it smells like cat piss here, but like he's a fucking weird guy, but I just want my weed. Like, and then like you said, it's garbage weed. And now it's really, they're just keep making it stronger, you know?
At what point does it stop? Like, what's the point? What's the point?
Right. That dude, the first time my friend made me do a dab, dude, we're in his car. It's like Vegas summer. And like, we're sitting in his car and like I hit it. And I'm like, I'm fucking sweating profusely. And I'm like, and he was like, oh, let me turn my AC on. I'm like, why has that not been on the entire time?
Because you're hotboxing.
Right, we're hotbox. It's got to be literally hot, right? And then he's just like, all right, dude, like you get in your car. We're going to go to Whole Foods and get some food or whatever. And I'm just like, meanwhile, I'm fucking having a panic attack. And I'm like, all right. So I get in my car and I'm like,
oh yeah.
I was like, I got to drive to Whole Foods. I'm like, all right, let me figure this out. We got this. Whole Foods is not far away. It's the Whole Foods in Town Square. It's very close to here. And so like somehow I like end up driving around the entire Town Square and like ending up on an exit to like the 15. So I'm like, well, fuck. So I have to text I think I called him and I'm like, hey man, I'm fucking losing it right now. I was like, I am on the 15. I have bypassed Town Square. And I was like, I'm going to go home. And he was just like, dude, pull over and I'll come get you. And I'm like, no, dude, I can make it home. I'm just going to ride this momentum out. I'm going to go home and I'll talk to you another day. Like, I'm just going to sleep this off or whatever. And I'm like, I was like, why did they just like turn weed into crack? It's like crack cocaine of weed and it's just super aggressive. And I'm like, why? I was like, I was so uncomfortable. Like I was sweating. I was hot. I was confused. I was like, I did not enjoy that at all. And I'm like, why did we just do that? Why did you make me do that? Like,
it's an intense experience. The first time you had dabs, you have this metal nail, like you have the titanium nail.
I was like, are we fucking heroin addicts? Dude. Like, what are we doing, dog? Like, I was like, this is a whole fucking science experiment to get high. Like, why can't we just smoke like out of fucking apple like we were fucking teenagers? Like,
I miss smoking out of apples.
Like,
yeah.
It's just like, they're just trying to like, I'm going to one up you. Pretty much. And it's like, I started in my friend group in Washington. So like the guys I went to go see, like I was the first one to get into edibles. And like we fucked around and we did mega doses a couple times. The worst thing that happens is like you have the shakes for a little bit, you think you're going to die. And then you like fall asleep, you black out. And it's like you fall asleep, wake up, you're fine. Damn. Right?
What's a mega dose?
We're talking like over 100 milligrams, right? I think the first time I did like a 200 or 300 milligram one. Like Oregon, I think they had like looser restrictions. If you had a medical card, you could get like World Zero Oyster. You can get however many milligrams you want.
God damn.
Well, after I moved, like my friends got up to where they were just doing like they have like those little gel things that are like, here's a gram of weed. And they're just like shooting those.
God.
So they're 1,000 milligrams of weed. And I'm like, why did you guys do that? And like, they used to make fun of me because I would be like hanging out and I'd be like this and I'm like super high, like on like a 10 milligram edible. And they're like, look at fucking Robert De Niro over there with his fucking eyes all squinted. And he's like, hey, you know, and I was like, everybody else got like super into it. And then they're like just trying to one up me. And I'm like, I just kind of went back to smoking weed. Like I kind of gave up on the edibles because it was like, it's too much sometimes.
I think after I got arrested is where it just like really took a downturn for me.
I got arrested in Texas?
Yeah, I got arrested in Texas. I still haven't told my parents. Maybe one day they'll find out. Maybe they won't. I don't know. We'll see.
This podcast, here we go.
I don't know that they watch my stuff, but if they do, hey guys, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think my parents know that I do mushrooms, but like, hey, it's psychiatrist approved, okay?
Yeah, yeah. And so after I got caught, it was just, I tried to smoke a couple more times and it was just, that wasn't a good experience. I mean, we were running a little bit of a trap house. And so we had unlicensed guns. We had a lot of cash. We had a lot of paraphernalia.
And Scarface over here.
It was a lot. And I was about to go pick up a pound or about a half pound, whatever it was. And it was, thankfully I didn't end up leaving because I mean I would have been fucked. I mean you find all that in one area, it's like, well, obviously you're selling. Yeah. And so I just got a Class B misdemeanor, which is fine for possession. But it was still like 2 years of just constant shit and then being lied to cops, and that's where I think a lot of my distrust of the police force is really like started.
Resides.
It was like, no, we're just gonna, we won't arrest you guys. It is what it is. Like it'll just be quick. We want to go inside. I was like, no, you guys aren't gonna come inside. It's like, no, like we should definitely come inside. And my roommate was fine. They're like, oh, we should just let him inside. I was like, I really don't think we should. Like, we don't have to. Like, make them get a warrant.
They need a warrant.
They need a warrant. And he was like, no, let's just let him in. So we fucking let him in. And then, sure enough, they were like, all right, handcuffs. And I was like, what the fuck? Like
worst.
Fucking assholes, man.
Yeah.
It was just not a good experience,
dude.
man.
I know we trust cops if you're doing illegal stuff.
You cannot trust cops if you're doing illegal stuff.
You can trust them if you're doing legal stuff. Maybe.
Yeah.
I have no problems with police officers, like you said, but like they will take advantage if you know, you've seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
There's that scene where he's like, dude, I'm not a cop. And he like goes through the whole thing. He's like, I'm just fucking with you. He's like, oh, you're under arrest. They fucking get Badger or whatever his name is. Like, That everybody should just watch that and be like, hey, yeah, definitely. If you're doing illegal stuff, don't just like sell drugs to anybody or fucking trust anybody, or especially if they're like, hey, we're a cop, let us in. Like, nope, sorry,
Definitely not.
you can talk to my lawyer.
Yeah,
Or you can talk to the guys that wrote the Constitution, forefathers. Go fucking talk to them. They're at a fucking graveyard somewhere.
We had so we got into, I guess they finally arrested us. We're in the car, and we had like an not old, but we didn't change out the water super often inside of our bongs.
Okay.
And they package all the stuff up, and they put it in the back, and then I guess it tilts over, and it fucking smells.
Bro, the bong water, it's so old.
Rank, dude. And so me and my friend were just sitting there, we started laughing, and then that's what like finally cut it. It was like, the humor in this. You know what? Fuck them. It's going to smell like shit in this
your
car.
fucking car smells like ass.
Fuck y'all.
You fucking narcs, yeah.
And then we got inside, and it was like, hey, can we keep the jumpsuits, please? Like, that'd be cool. Can we just like go home with these? Like, no, you cannot take them home. I was like, come on,
dude.
Like, we're already here.
You fucking lied to me. Like, what, like
yeah, at least give me this. And then the guy we were in with, he was allegedly the cocaine dealer for Manziel, and he was like, I have the connect for a good attorney, and he'll all this will go away. You'll be fine. Like, they just raided my house this morning. Yeah. I've been in here for a little while.
Manziel.
Yeah. Johnny Manziel. He was He's like big, like key star guy. I was trying
to connect the dots.
Yeah, key star dude. And then he, went off to the Browns and then just continued to fuck off.
He wasn't very good.
Apparently he was just like fucking like just doing a lot of drugs and getting fucked up all the time.
Good for him.
Yeah, I mean,
he probably is still a millionaire, hopefully, or maybe not. Or he's broke.
His family does really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did they used to call him? Johnny Football. Right? I was gonna say Johnny Utah, but I'm like, that is a character in.
I don't know who that is.
Shit, Keanu Reeves. I am an FBI agent. You don't watch movies. This is a waste of time.
Not as many as you do.
Have you always Point Break?
Okay. Have you always watched movies? Is that like that's a weird question, but like, have you?
Well, no, I just found movies recently, actually.
Apparently, they used to call them talkies. I didn't know that. I had no idea that they used to call them talkies
before people could talk on them.
Yeah.
So, like recently after they did the moving picture.
So then, how long have you been watching talkies?
I mean, pretty much since I can remember. I mean, I cried. So have you seen Ace Ventura? I mean, When Nature Calls.
No.
So I have like very distinct memories. My parents still bring this up of like there's an opening scene in Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. It's the second Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey, and there's a part where like he's trying to save this raccoon from like a mountain range and it's like falling off a cliff. It's a spoof of Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone. He drops the raccoon. I was like 8, maybe 6, very young, and I just fucking lost my shit. Also cried at the end of Dragonheart when homeboy kills Sean Connery. That's the dragon. Right?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert if you haven't seen this movie from the 90s. Yeah, the dragon dies at the end, and this was in public. This was at a movie theater. Again, just fucking. I have a lot of like empathy for like animals getting hurt, apparently, or I did. I still do. I'll see a video on Instagram and I'll just fucking tears. Yeah, but I cry rather easy. But yeah, I've been watching movies for a real long time.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
I'm a big movie. I'm constantly quoting movies, as most other normal males are. I don't know what you're doing.
Do they really? Is that a thing?
It's a big thing. Guys like to quote stuff.
Yeah, I remember and then when I worked in the construction world, everybody was always like making references to film, and I was like,
sorry guys,
I can't. They're like, you haven't watched? It's like, no, I haven't watched.
I like 90%. To read books, make reference book of some kind, and maybe you'll get me.
We can talk about the essentials of strength and conditioning by the NSCA. We could
reference Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. I'm all over that.
But anything outside of that,
yeah.
I do like TV shows though.
Okay,
I will get into TV shows, but I think I obsess about individual movies, and so like the trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I remember watching it at a very young age, and then that was all that I cared about.
Fair enough.
I didn't watch anything else. I played every video game. I wanted to get the sword that what's his name had, the blue shining sword. I don't remember the name of it. Myth.
It was made out of mithril. It's let's not digress too much.
Yeah. So I obsessed about, and I still now to this day I still think it's the best movie series in the world, the best
There's an
trilogy.
argument for that.
Yeah. I mean, it has absolutely everything in it. Like it's the friendship, the humor. I love Gimli. I love just all of it. It's just
Did you
like,
read the books?
I started to, and then I'm still in the middle of reading them. Yeah, I know, right? I know.
I like to read, and Lord of the Rings is my favorite thing, but I'm not going to read the books.
I'm listening to the books when I think it's Gimli who is the actor, the voice actor. And I'm listening to him read it, which is really kind of fun.
That guy's like a big actor too. I forget his real personal name.
I forget his name,
He's
but
a real person.
So good. I mean, I really, really enjoy him. If it's not, then it was Smeagol, whoever he voices.
Smeagol.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I love it. I love it so much. And I don't think I have another thing like, Snatch is another movie.
Snatch is a great movie. You like dogs?
I like dogs. What? Dags?
What the fuck does my mom need a broken caravan for?
Dude, I fucking
it's
love
not for me. It's for me. Yeah. I like Brad Pitt's character specifically in that movie.
He does so good.
Oh.
I mean, for fuck's sake, that guy is just so good. I like 5 more minutes Turkish. He was like, it was 2 minutes, 5 minutes ago. Everything about that film, I absolutely love. So I've watched it dozens of times.
Didn't know he was the underground pikey boxing champion. Jason Statham's also got a good voice.
He does.
Yeah, that kind of
really
Cockney
does.
accent.
Yeah. I don't think I have any other like big movies that I go down that I'll rewatch.
Okay. I've done that a lot, like what you were talking about with Lord of the Rings, where you just like delve into that. But I've done that with so many movies. Like there are so many movies that I just like, especially when I was like a teenager, adolescent, where I was like Zoolander, for example, watched it like every day for like a whole summer.
Damn.
The whole movie. So it's like I'll just randomly be like, I'm not an MD turner. I can't turn left, or like, you know, like
I don't know that.
I'm not going to quote a movie that you've never seen. Zoolander is a good one.
I've never
like,
seen it.
It's kind of a dumb. It's very dumb, but it's like turn your brain off and just enjoy people being dumb and making dumb jokes. And it's about male models.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I believe you.
One of my favorite parts is like, so all of his friends die in what you would call a freak gasoline fight accident.
Okay. All right.
So he's like, they were like brothers to me, but not like real brothers, like the way black people use it, which I think is more meaningful. I'm like, it is more meaningful.
It is more meaningful, oddly enough.
And one of the guys that died was also black. So I'm like, well, that's par for the course there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I like
Will Ferrell's in it, Ben Stiller.
I like Will Ferrell.
Mm-hmm.
I like Step Brothers. I watched that several times.
Thought Brothers good.
I like that. But I still can't quote things like you do. You not just quotes, but you also do accents. I think like oddly well.
I do.
I'm
I'm pretty good at voices.
You really are.
At one point, I thought about being like a voice actor. And,
you still could be.
I still could be, right? Do a pretty mean Trump.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Go watch episode 1.
Watch episode 1. probably the best Trump impression.
Next to Shane Gillis, of course.
Shane Gillis is good. Shane Gillis is solid. Good. Also, Will Sasso.
I don't know who Will Sasso is.
He was on. He does a couple podcasts, and then he was on like Mad TV back in the day when that was a thing. But yeah, I like doing voices. It's like with the TISM, I think I have like almost a photographic memory, like borderline photographic, but it's just like all like movies, like boom, 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 just like. And if I hear something, boom, triggered. Like I can't hear people say, like somebody said, "Be my guest." I'll be like, "Be our guest, be our guest, put our service to the test." That's from Beauty and the Beast. It's one of the songs.
Never seen it.
Or people would be like, say something, I'll be like, "I can show you the world, shining, shimmering splendor." That's Aladdin. Yeah.
I watched the show.
The show Aladdin?
Yeah.
Okay. I
On
don't
like
know that.
Cartoon Network or whatever it was as a kid, and that was about it.
So.
That's all
Probably Disney Channel.
Or that. Yeah. Probably, yeah. That probably makes more sense.
But yeah, I'll just like randomly stuff will just pop into our head, or like somebody will say something about like under the sea. I'll be like, under the sea, under the sea.
I know that one.
You know that one?
I know that one.
Okay.
Little Mermaid. Yeah. I
Things
never
are
watched
much
it.
better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
I wonder if I have seen them and then I just don't remember.
Yeah,
because that does happen. Where I'll start a film and I'm like, "Oh, okay, no, I've seen this." Yeah, but I watch a lot of documentaries.
My mom was like the fucking queen of that shit. Like, I've never seen this. And I'm like, "But I was fucking sitting next to you when we watched it, dog. Like, you've never seen it." Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good. I was more of a documentary kid.
Documentaries are good.
Loved watching documentaries.
Yeah, it's good to learn about stuff.
It is. It's just fun. I remember I was in a STEM, like an engineering program at the university when I was like I think 7th, 8th grade, and then all the way until like my sophomore year. And it was every summer, and I would spend most of my time just going over how to do, or just watching documentaries.
Yeah.
Like everyone else would go outside and go play or whatever the fuck it was and do whatever experience we had to do.
Yeah.
And I would just stay and watch documentaries nonstop.
Well, you like pick up on facts and you like remember stuff. Like I was really good with like historical facts when I was in high school.
I'm not good at historical facts either.
I used to be. I don't know if I still like. I think the brain damage is setting in, but yeah.
I wish I could recall stuff. The stuff I can recall is like very odd and untimed.
Right.
It's just
not like at the moment you need it to be. Yeah.
Ever. I'll remember stuff after this and be like, oh, actually, I did watch Little Mermaid. I just remembered right now. Yeah, I just
remembered right now.
I can't. I don't know what it is. I wish I could.
So next topic.
We
were talking about movies. Documentaries are good. I'm a big documentary. Like I need to get back into it because it's just like there's a lot of shit that happened that I'm unaware of. It's like
I have a question.
Yeah.
I kind of like the moment of silence because I think it's fun. But
palate cleanser.
A little bit. I wonder how other people
reset. They're like, what's happening? What are they doing next if they're not watching the video? Right?
Yeah.
They're like, we're just sitting here staring at each other.
How do you feel about the sport of powerlifting?
Wow, that's an interesting question. I like it. I mean, like in what context? Just how do I feel? I competed once. I mean, we've talked about that, right? Like I did it once. I don't know if I'm going to do it again. I stopped doing bench press, so that would be an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, fun experience. Like it's just I don't even know if this is really related to powerlifting. It's just like people need to realize that like fitness is very specific, right? Specified to what you're doing, right? Because like you might see a powerlifter and be like, that guy's not. Like there's either like you see like Olympic lifters, like if they're big, they're like really rotund, they're like really overweight guy. They're like not fit looking people, right? A lot of like power lifters are like super shredded, like tiny Asian guys, and they're fucking crazy strong. They're like way stronger than me. But yeah, I mean, it's very specific. Like strength is relative, right? So it's like you were really good at deadlift, you're really good at squats, and you're really good at bench press. You're probably good at like the accessories for those exercises, but like, do you have grappling strength? If I grabbed a hold of you and tried to choke you out, would you be able to stop me? Because I'm willing to bet probably not, right?
I would bet yes.
Yeah. So it's like
not on everybody else, but
my thing with powerlifting is like I always told people like my goal is to like be able to beat up anybody that's stronger than me, and anybody that can beat me up, I would like to be stronger than them, because then it's at least they're going to have a hard time beating me up, right?
Yeah.
But I like powerlifting. I think some of the rules are whack. I'm very upset. I think we talked about this already, but like my squat, my final attempt, they were like rack, and then I like immediately went, and they were like, you did it early, and I'm like, I just think I have a faster reaction time than some of these other fucking guys. I'm an actual athlete. I'm not just a power athlete. I'm not just a weightlifter.
I wonder, do you think it's an athletic sport?
I mean, athleticism, like you have to generate a lot of power and force and stuff. So there's an element of athleticism to that. But it's again, very specific. Like when I did my powerlifting meet, I think I did the powerlifting meet. And then like 2 weeks after the powerlifting meet, I think I did a jiu-jitsu competition. And then 2 weeks after that, I ran a half marathon. So the point I was just it was all within a month period, right? And at the time, I think I was just doing it because my ex was like, not to beat a dead horse here, but she was just like,
watch episode 1.
Yeah, watch episode 1. But she was like, oh, you work out all the time and like do all this training for what? I'm like, well, for this, I can do whatever I want to. This is for what? It's also, it'd be hard to kill. And it's like, and if I'm in a situation where I have to protect myself and need to kill somebody for my protection, I don't want to have a very hard time doing it. So it's like, I would like to come out of it relatively unscathed. And like, you saw the shooting LVAC, right? You saw the video of the guy that got shot in the back, and he's like, I think my muscles were activated. That gave me a lot of faith that I'm like, I might be bulletproof. I'm not willing to test that theory, but I was like, well, if this like old guy that doesn't look particularly like strong or like jacked or anything, if he can stop a bullet doing some back exercises, like,
that's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, my thing with the gun, it's like, dude, like if I ever got in a confrontation with somebody and they like pull up their shirt and I'm like, from here to you, I'm just going to fucking tackle you. I'm going to take the gun and I'm going to fucking choke you unconscious. Like, dumb move on your part. If you're going to show me a gun, you better show it to me from like trained professionals say you need 27 feet to pull your firearm, cock it, and get a good shot off on somebody. I'm like, if I'm within 27 feet, I like my odds of getting to you before you shoot me. and I might be bulletproof based on that video. So
Just flex the entire time.
yeah, I just got to be like, just do it quick. Let me do a couple burpees real quick. We're activated. All right, go ahead, bro. Take your shot. I'm not going to test that. Like I'm saying that tongue in cheek. Like I'm not like, but they always say like charge a gun, run from a knife, right? Knives is a different story. That's very potentially scary. I'll try to like keep some distance, but powerlifting's cool. I like powerlifting. I mean, it's good to be strong at stuff, and it's nice to like, I tested my strength. I was just like, okay, like I lift for MMA, I lift to be like injury free. I'm pretty strong. Let's see how I do. And like, I technically won my division. The guy that like destroyed all my numbers was from Colorado, so he couldn't win the Nevada State Open, right? So it's like I did it on a whim and won, missing all my final attempts. I got 500 kilos just adding up all my second attempts. So I'm like, okay, like cool. I got a medal.
Yeah.
Like cool experience. I don't know if I necessarily like would do it again and be like, let me like put as much effort into this as I want to. I like just like lifting, doing PRs in the gym. And it's like, if I can lift the weight in the gym, then I could probably lift it in competition too. I know there's like an element of like, you had to do squat and bench first before you deadlift. So like wouldn't necessarily be able to hit a PR in a competition. If you can, kudos to you. But it's like, I like doing jujitsu. I like doing Muay Thai. I like doing other stuff. And that stuff is not conducive to getting as strong as physically possible. I just happen to be really strong, like whilst also doing those things. I think it's like a retard strength autism thing.
Could be.
But yeah.
I have a really hard time with that. I've been having an existential crisis with the sport of powerlifting for a while now.
Yeah.
Since my last meet, I think I've had like a desire to get back into the sport, but I also recognize that this like equipped powerlifting is different than raw powerlifting.
100%.
And equipped is dying ever so slowly, not really slowly, but it's also before this year, it was equipped powerlifting was the only IOC recognized world game sport.
So like tested like very stringently.
Yeah. And so for those who don't know, IOC is the International Olympic Committee. So it is the highest form of powerlifting until this year because it's so technical and hard to learn. And then
the equipped version.
And it is hard to learn, but then people are automatically like, well, I think it loses respect because people like, well, you're using the equipment to lift. And that's not necessarily the case, but it does help. But it also makes it more difficult. It adds, like, you have a smaller margin of error. If I fuck up with a squat without any equipment, like, I can still kind of muscle my way through. If I do that with equipment and I fuck up just a little bit, then I'm super fucked.
Right.
So my margin of error is smaller, but I want to compete in something, and I miss jiu-jitsu, I miss judo, but I also like powerlifting because I know that I'm good at it, but it is dying.
So I didn't know that you competed in equipped powerlifting, but that makes sense. And part of probably why it's dying is like the culture of like, well, you can't do it without all this equipment, right? But it's also probably because it's stringently tested so much, and like steroids are kind of like all the rage now. Like everybody's fucking doing steroids. Yeah, they're all on steroids. Nate Diaz, or that's Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz. Yeah. So like for me, and then for your audience too, like equipped, like for like squat, like you get like a squat like suit, right? And then you get knee sleeves, and you get the platform shoes. But like that's. Like, what's the difference between raw and equipped? Like, so what's the tools?
You have a squat suit, a bench shirt, and a deadlift suit.
Right.
And then you can wear whatever shoes. People will use the platform shoes. You can be in flats, or you can do whatever you want. And the biggest core difference, I guess, in the squat is you have knee wraps, not knee sleeves.
Knee sleeves, okay.
And then you have the suit itself, and that's the only difference. Bench is just the shirt, and then in deadlift, it's just the suit.
Okay, so you're saying for like squat, for example, you're saying with the squat suit and the knees wrapped, you have to like your form has to be like immaculate in order for you to not fail the lift.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's just more difficult in a technical sense, but it's
also
also
you can be stronger. Like you're stronger.
You also lift more, right? But not everybody. Like, let's say you put on a squat suit today, it's like absolutely constricting. Can you
automatically
really
squat more?
Probably not.
Okay.
Right? You still have to learn how to use
in that equipment.
Gotcha. Correct, because it requires a specific type of form.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I did raw, which like you still can wear a belt, you still get chalk. So it's like how much? That's like, is that really raw? Like,
That's also my thing. Like
we shouldn't be like we're naked and not wearing
Right.
anything. Like, and I was pissed that I had to wear shoes because I'm like, well, I fucking train barefoot. Like, why can't I just be barefoot? Oh, well, I'm not gonna drop plates on my toe. That they're loading the bar. I'm not gonna drop the bar on my. I'm not gonna like put one leg out as I'm doing my deadlift and fucking drop it. Like, so what? Like, what's the big deal?
cleanliness, probably, or standardization.
People are peeing on the fucking platform,
Yeah.
so don't give me cleanliness. That's not a
Yeah.
nope.
Well, I mean, it's
Nope.
I mean, they try to clean it. It's not
I
a
understand
goal.
that, but like if you have stuff out already for the urination, then maybe do it for the sweaty bottoms of my feet.
Sure. The way I think about it also is in judo, right? It's the Olympic IOC approved sport. It's in the Olympic Games,
Yeah.
and they're not in t-shirts and shorts.
You have to wear
They're
a gi.
in a gi,
Right.
right? It's like it's
So
traditional.
that's how you train.
But it also gives you access to a lot more chokes, holds, grips, techniques.
100%. Yeah.
And so what's
The whole
weird for
sport
me,
of judo requires a gi.
the whole sport.
Yeah.
So why?
You can't do most of those throws or chokes without the gi.
I
Right?
mean,
No.
you can.
You can
but
find
they're
ways.
much
but
more
yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
So, like I can't grab onto somebody's lapel. I can't. It's harder for me to grab onto somebody's neck and then an underhook and do an ogishi, an oishi, or an ogoshi than it is for me to grab a lapel.
Right. And if you try to do like a collar choke with a t-shirt, the t-shirt's probably going to rip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a little bit of judo for people that aren't into the sport.
Yeah.
You know?
But and so that's the like ridiculously well respected. So then why is it not as respected in the sort of powerlifting using the equipment that's traditional to the sport?
That's so interesting. I mean, well, because my thing would be like, as a martial art, like martial arts have been around for a long. Judo probably is
Old as fuck.
100. I wouldn't say 1,000 years old, but it might be 1,000 years old. They were like judo and jujitsu came from like the samurai, like training each other in hand-to-hand combat and stuff. So like they were wearing armor, but like when they trained it in the, you know, their whatever you call it, a dojo, right? They would probably wear gi. So there's like a traditional thing to that. Powerlifting, I don't know. Like they didn't always have bench shirt, squat suit, deadlift suit. That stuff that was probably like invented at some point of like, if I wear this and I use it right, I can lift more. Well, let's use it while we're powerlifting. Well, these guys aren't using that, so you have an unfair advantage now. Well, kind of, but not really. Well, we're just gonna like make it its own sport now, so that it's separate and fair, right? So that like everybody's starts equal inherently, right? That would be my thing, right? Because judo, like you said, like you can do throws and stuff without a gi on, but that's like what's more wrestling than it is judo. Because judo is like you grab the gi and you toss the dude, right? And then like you finish maybe a lapel choke or an arm bar off of your throw, and that's judo, right? That's where jiu-jitsu comes from. It's all the ground techniques of judo, right? So that would just be my take on it. Of like traditionally, like you had to wear the gi to do judo, whereas powerlifting you didn't traditionally like start with all of those things. You just had like, they probably just lifted in their underwear back in the day, you know, or a singlet, and they were just like, cool, this is powerlifting. And then they were like, well, we developed all this other stuff, and oh, cool, use that. But now you're doing your own thing. You're doing a different thing.
My argument would be shoes in track with spikes. They were
For
running
traction
barefoot,
or something. Yeah.
right? And then now they slowly have changed even the way the singlet is designed, but all the way down to the shoe so that it has better
You can run
grip,
faster with the shoe.
so you can
on.
run faster with that shoe.
Yeah, if you're gonna, I would just say like track should be done barefoot because that's a natural way of doing it. That's how the Greeks probably did it.
100%.
So like I would go to that too. Like anything that gives you like an edge that somebody else might not have. Granted, everybody in the Olympics is probably using the same technology for whatever, but like inherently, if you're doing something that other people you like aren't doing and don't have the opportunity to do, it just creates an unfair advantage. So I would say barefoot, but then like if you barefoot, maybe somebody's foot is like in a different way, but it's like you can't change biology. You can change biology, but like
CRISPR.
yeah.
I don't know. It's really frustrating. I've been having a really hard time trying to find a sport that I can get into as much as powerlifting. But then I like right now I'm squatting like 500-600 with I can squat. If I kept the same ratio that when I was squatting raw to what I was competing in equipped, I'm probably squatting about 900 pounds. So long as that ratio stays consistent.
Right.
Benching close to 6 or more than 6, and then deadlifting 8 or so. And
impressive.
they're huge numbers.
Yeah.
And
Your squat is that much higher than your deadlift, huh?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
massively,
Okay.
massively. And I hate squatting.
Just because of your build, something with the build.
I think it's more like bar path for me. I really have paid a lot of attention, which I think has transferred over into how I coach, in like how detailed or aggressive I am with how I look at a bar path or sitting, or just I care about the technique aggressively. And so whatever reason, because I spent so much time doing that, I think I was naturally good at deadlift very early on, so I probably cared less about focusing on the technique. Versus squat, I sucked at it, and I think most people do. Like it's a hard fucking movement, and so I had to really pay attention to all those small details.
It's typical that like most power lifters, usually their deadlift is their best lift, right? Or is that like 50-50 squat deadlift?
I would say typically it depends. So my smaller guys are probably better deadlifters than they are squatters.
Okay, that's a
and then my bigger guys are better at squatting than they are deadlifting.
Makes sense, I guess.
Because it's harder for them to get down and get into a position that's going to be mechanically advantageous versus just going up and down is a little bit easier with a bar loaded on my back.
Yeah.
But getting down into that position is what's difficult. So typically you'll see big guys like 120 plus kind of area, or even like 100 kilo plus kind of area, that are squatting much better than they're deadlifting.
Right.
But then you have small guys that are fucking like Sergey Fedosenko, who weighs he's like 59 kilos, and the guy's deadlifting like 400 pounds, like something, or maybe more than that, like 600 pounds, I think. But he's number one in the world. He's been number one in the world for a very long time.
59 kilos, so he's like 130,
something like that. Like he's super tiny, and he's also like, I have a picture of him. He is ridiculously small. Like
he's just like a pocket man.
It's weird, man. Yeah. He is a tiny human being,
tiny individual, but probably just jacked as fuck. But like
jacked
4
as
feet
fuck.
tall.
I think he might be legitimately like 4 feet tall.
That's wild.
I met him at a world meet, and I was just like, this guy is the guy who's like the strongest in the world year over year over year.
Yeah.
This makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
This is Sergey.
Oh boy. Oh, that's him standing next to you.
Yeah.
He looks like who's that little dude that was hanging out at like the UFC fights? They had the little midget guy that they're like, Mike Tyson thought he was like an actual tiny child.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, that's kind of what he looks like. Russian dude, doesn't speak any English. Very interesting human being.
Well, yeah, he's very strong and he's really tiny.
Yeah, very strong and very tiny.
I'll like pick him up and be like,
yeah, you could. You really could.
Yeah.
I even consider going into like pickleball.
Okay.
I just wanted a sport that I can get
something to compete in. Yeah.
But like, I want to feel confident that I can walk into that sport and I have the necessary foundation to be successful in that sport.
Yeah, you don't want to be like mediocre, like
Correct.
just getting crushed. Yeah, it's hard to do that. Like, yeah, because it's just, I know you were trying to do CrossFit for a while, but you couldn't find anybody to like take your money.
You know what? Fuck those people. Like, I still train there, and it's so frustrating because I was like, okay, they were like, you're deadlifting great. I mean, all of the raw numbers at that time were like the top 1% in the sport of CrossFit, which is like, okay, I have a lot of background in that, and I suck at the other things. That's
literally
fine.
The thing that I'm best at, right? I'm probably shit at everything else, so I need your help.
Yeah, I just need some help. And they're like, well, you have enough strength to do these other things. And I know when I was running, I got really into running for a short period of time when I was doing a lot of drugs, and I was hitting some crazy mile times, and I was like, I had a good engine. It's like, okay, so I know that I can do that, and I know that I'm strong. If I just put these two together, and then like, okay, help me here,
Right.
and they're like, yeah, we'll help you.
Do you know how to do a muscle up? Have you done one?
No.
I've never done one in my life.
I've done them with a band. I've never done them
doesn't
entirely
count.
raw.
Right.
Okay, so then no. Yeah, I've done them with some
right.
help.
No, with assistance, yeah, you could like, no, it doesn't count. Like
Which is weird because they were like, oh, you're more than strong enough to do the movement, but I just could not get the fucking
I don't
movement.
understand the mechanics at all, and my arms are super long. I don't feel like that's helpful. That's helpful for deadlift. That's what I was going to say earlier. Is like my arms are crazy long. Like my arms almost reach down to my fingers almost reach down to my knees.
It's pretty crazy.
So I'm like, my deadlift, like it's good for deadlift. It's not really good for bench, and I don't think it's probably not great for squat either because I have to like get my arms in a good position, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it's like probably not helpful for muscle ups either. I've never figured. People have like tried to show me. I'm like, also my shoulders aren't super healthy, so I'm not like crazy about the idea of doing it. But I'm like, I just don't get it. And it's like once I figure it out, then it's like, okay, I'll probably be able to like rep them out. But it's like I haven't figured it out yet, and I don't care to take that much time to do it. Like, it looks cool.
I want something. Because
no, you have
not
competitive fire, and you want something to stoke it, and you're just feeling like it's dying out. And yeah, I get it. You just don't want to do raw powerlifting, or you just feel like
I'm just not competitive.
Okay,
I'm not going to be nearly as competitive. I can, and part of me is like, man, those guys look like they're on fucking steroids. But am I just copying out? Am I just being a little bitch? So I would need to be. Yeah,
it's going to be hard to find a sport that you're immediately going to be like in
I don't
the
need
top
to be immediately
10%,
good.
You know,
I don't need to immediately be good. I'm probably in the top 10% now with my powerlifting numbers.
Okay.
It's just
you just want to like you don't want to do powerlifting and like not be on the platform like top 3.
I don't want to do equipped powerlifting. Yeah, okay. In the raw world, yes,
right,
yes,
because you're like I'm good at equipped. I'm one of the best in equipped, so I don't want to like digress that much to do raw. Okay, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, you're going to have that in the back of your head constantly of like, these guys are on steroids, they're on steroids, they're on steroids. And it's like, you don't want to do steroids. If you don't want to do steroids, then it's like, yeah, I don't want to do this because I don't feel like it's an even playing field. But what sport are you going to find that you're going to be good at, not just mediocre, not just getting crushed? That's a tough thing to do. Because like you said, judo and jiu-jitsu, well, you're how old now?
28.
It's like there's people that have been doing jiu-jitsu, judo since they were like 5. At this point now, especially since the UFC's blown up, like you're going to be going against 20-year-olds that have been doing jiu-jitsu and judo like forever since they were born, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you're at a serious disadvantage. So I wouldn't say that's you're straight. You're going to have a huge strength advantage, right? But like, how much at the end of the day is that going to level the playing field? It might significantly level it, but you don't know that until you try, I guess.
I always rolled with guys who were because I was so strong. All of the guys that I rolled with were always black belts or brown belts. They're always like, yeah, you like, you're the only one that can really hang outside of another black belt. So if no one else is around, then yeah, we'll roll. Okay. And so I think I was able to learn a lot very quickly because I was rolling with people who were much better than me. Okay. And so I had some really good guys. Guy Corey, black belt in both jiu-jitsu and in judo, and every time we'd roll, it was fun. I would lose 90% of the time, 95% of the time.
Right.
But
you were competitive.
But I was competitive. And he would stop in the middle of it and be like, okay, hold on. Move your leg here.
Yeah.
Do this. And then, okay, now go again. Because otherwise it's not fun for him. Yeah. It doesn't have anybody to like, it's not.
He needs a body. He needs work too.
Correct. And so, and I appreciate it. And so then every time I'd leave, like he wasn't there, and then I'd go roll with a white belt, I'm like, oh, fuck, like this sucks. Like I'm not having any fun here. I'm not learning here. But I'm not being pushed. I'm not being leveled up by my dojo. I was kept as a white belt in jiu-jitsu for a very long time.
Because it felt like you were using strength and not technique, maybe, kind of thing.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But
are you still a white belt?
Yeah.
So you probably would, just because of your strength at this point. I have to totally take out what I just said. Just at white belt, like if you have just because your athletic background, you'd probably like smoke other white belts, unless it's like, say, it's a fighter that just started training gi and now they're a white belt. But it's like also you're really, really, really strong. So it's like I couldn't say. You probably do really well at white belt, but it's like, okay, like cool, you do well at white belt, you get promoted super fast, but then you're like, before you know it, you're a brown black belt, and then but you're gonna learn in that time period too. Maybe, yeah. But like again, like the same thing with like no-gi jiu-jitsu is like rife with steroid use. Like all the guys, like Gordon Ryan, all the top guys, everybody's like, oh, they're on steroids, and now their bodies are kind of like turned into shit because it's like it doesn't make your joints stronger. People are still cranking on your joints, like, and steroid abuse is not healthy, So judo, jiu-jitsu might be the like thing for you to get in. Like, if you want help, let me know. Like, I can roll with you and just be like, okay, like, yeah, you're really fucking strong.
I would love to roll with you. I don't think we've ever rolled.
No, we haven't.
And so I have a judo gi, and I think I have a jiu-jitsu gi. Yeah. Maybe, but every time I rolled, jujitsu in a judo gi, people would get upset. Like it's thicker. It's like, I don't know why, but people would get frustrated.
The nerds would probably get frustrated by it. I don't think I wouldn't care. You can wear your judo gi and I'll wear a jiu-jitsu gi, or we could do no gi. It doesn't really matter too much. You know, you just need a rash guard and some shorts, or you don't even need a rash guard, t-shirt and shorts.
How do
super loose?
How do the classes work at Extreme?
So currently I'm only really there like from the morning into like the early afternoon. So at Extreme they do, I think they kind of started rotating it to where it's like a mix of no gi and gi, but there's like I typically only go to like if I go to a gi or no gi class in the morning, it would be the 10 a.m. just because I'm training clients early in the morning. They have like a 6 a.m. class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They have an 8 a.m. class Tuesday, Thursday. And then they have a 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday and Friday is no gi. Wednesday is gi. So they kind of like split it up. It used to be all gi, which I wanted because I'm trying to like get a black belt in gi. And I was like, coaches will usually, if you're doing no gi, they'll count it as like a gi practice. But it's like, I want to get better specifically at the gi so that if I wear gi in competition, like I do well, right? So yeah, like if there's a 10 a.m., I mean, you could do the 8 a.m., you could do the 6. I'm never doing those. But yeah, man, if you ever just wanted to come in at a random time and have time, and I have time, like we just get on the mat if there's space, you know, it doesn't have to be a class per se, but,
what do you have going on this Friday?
This Friday, I just have a client at like, I think 6:30, 7:30, and then I should be relatively free after 8:30 ish, I think. Double check my schedule, but I think I'm free after 8:30.
This Friday, I don't have really much going on.
Okay. Yeah, I can commit. I could probably do no-gi at 10 if you want to do that, if you want to come in. I think they would give you like a trial pass for that class, or you could just pay a drop-in fee, which is like $20. We could do no-gi, but yeah, you'd want to not bring your gi to that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow is gi.
Tomorrow there's a gi class at 8 a.m. Tomorrow is Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow there's a gi class at 8 a.m. That's Bryce's class. Friday should be Nick, I think. On Friday, teaching at 10 a.m. No-gi, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's always, I'm going to say there's always a gi class, because there's not always a gi class. But yeah, when they start, I don't know why they changed it.
Because I also wanted, like, if I'm going to do it, I also, for whatever reason, I like the game of, like, leveling up. So you go from white to blue to, you know.
Right,
like,
there's like a measured, like, progress report almost.
Yeah, and so I would prefer to do gi, honestly, because
Yeah.
I would love to be able to become a black belt. Like, that would just be cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so
yeah, I'll look at the schedule again, and they have evening classes. I have no idea what that schedule is, but I can get that to you, or you can. It's on the Extreme Couture website too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like doing both. Like I've always told people, like gi is going to make your defense better because people have things to grab on besides your body. They grab onto your arm, your sleeves. They grab onto your lapels, that kind of stuff. They grab onto your pants. No gi makes your offense better because you don't have those anchors to help you. People are more sweaty. They can explode faster. They can be faster. They're just like, you have to like grab onto a sweaty limb. So it's like, if you can finish a submission in no gi and you know how to use the grips, you're going to be way easier to finish it in gi. If you can defend something in the gi, you're way easier going to be like, and you're going to be easier to defend it in no gi.
Cool.
So
yeah.
That's
Okay.
cool.
So I get when I was doing it for the couple of years that I did, I get addicted to this thing. It's so fun.
No, it's good to have
it's just
that, like,
so fun.
that addiction and that like that mindset of like, I'm going to do this. Like OCD is like, yeah, this is my thing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep doing it every day.
I love
It's
it.
like, yeah, as long as you're like, I always recommend people like resistance training, which you already do, like to keep your body healthy. And then, yeah, just don't, I wouldn't roll every day. I would probably do like alternate. Like if you have a heavy lifting day, like I said, I train like 3 days a week weightlifting. So the other 3 days, it's like, okay, that's when I'm going to focus on like technique and sparring and all that rounds and stuff. So like when I get into like a fight centric training, it's like, okay, reduce your resistance training to twice a week maintenance and like focus the other days on the technique and the sparring and stuff.
Would you compete in jiu-jitsu?
I did 3 jiu-jitsu competitions. All of them were kind of on a whim, not super prepared for them. I got a gold medal at Naga. This was after I did the half marathon I did the powerlifting meet and then I did the jiu-jitsu competition afterwards. So Naga, I got gold in gi. I lost my first match in no gi, ironically. I should, as a fighter, be better at no gi, but like gi's just slower. I can slow it down. I can use strength more. Then I did a Fuji. I felt bad because I just ended up grappling the same guy twice. And this is a guy that was like, he's probably in his 40s, like does jujitsu like after work, like just as a, and I just fucking like, I accidentally punched that guy in the face, like reaching for his lapel. I just fucking gave him like a little tiger paw to the nose. My goal kind of like when I was like, oh, I'm going to have to grapple the same guy twice in gi. I was like, well, I'm going to try to make him not want to do the second time, which he sacked up and he did the second, and I submitted him both times. He gave up a good fight, but I was just like, I just feel bad that I'm beating this guy up because like this guy's not about it, right?
Yeah.
I think I got a bronze in no-gi and Fuji, and then I did Grappling Industries. This was like literally like the last minute. I was trying to sign up for both gi and no-gi, and they wouldn't. Wouldn't let me do no-gi because of the time I signed up. That one, so that was a shit show. That one was on a Sunday. It was super hot. It was in an no AC gymnasium. It was like August, bro. Fucking ridiculous. Yeah. So I won my first match against this guy from Canada. I don't know what he came down to Vegas for. Maybe just for this tournament, but the dude just went gangbusters on me. He was trying to throw me, trying to submit me. Couldn't do any of it. I beat him by points, and he ended up winning the whole thing. So like after that, I'm just I don't do well in the heat. I'm more like Viking jeans. I'm more better in the cold.
Yeah.
I was fucking dead. So they called me up. I'm like, cool, second match. I actually beat this guy at Naga. He ended up beating me by points. I was just tired. He was like, you can't pass your guard. I was like, I can't fucking pass the guard right now. I can't do shit right now. Yeah. Second match, lost by points. So third match, I'm just like, all right, I'm going to fuck this guy up. Like he's lost to the other guys. I think I should be able to beat him. During the match, at some point, he puts me in like a front headlock, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to fucking pick this guy up and take him for a ride. So I go to lift him, not realizing that like, oh, yesterday I did pretty heavy deadlifts, like not super heavy for me, but like still like deadlifting over 400 pounds, like multiple times. So when I go to lift him, my lower back pops, and I'm like, oh fuck. I just kind of like, I have a video of it. I collapsed to the ground, like just to my hands and knees, like my elbows and my knees, like turtle position. I'm just like, fuck, dude, my back's fucked.
Damn.
And so the guy takes my back and he crosses his ankle like a fucking dipshit, because you're not supposed to cross your ankles because somebody can just throw their legs over and break your ankle. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to break this guy's ankles. I go to do that, and as I extend my back, I'm like, fuck. I was like, I can't even extend. So like looking back on it, like, dude, you shouldn't have been such a bitch. You should have just like put some effort into it and just like, okay, you're going to be in pain, but just fucking do it. Right. So I'm just like, it's not our day. Just fucking like let the guy, he got in like a lapel choke or something. Cause everybody like watching was like, oh fuck, he crossed his legs. He's going to break his ankles. And so I obviously don't do it. I don't think anybody knew I was hurt, but I was like, fuck, dude, like this guy's not better than me. This guy sucks. Like I could have smoked this guy. The guy that I beat for like in the first match ended up winning gold. So I was like, fuck, man. Like if I had just like really bore down and fucking like fucked up that guy's legs and made him tap, I would have gotten probably at least silver or maybe gold. I don't know. Because I lost the second match. So, but I'm like, okay, like everybody would have been 2-1. I think I would have probably had the edge, but I'm not sure. But like that still kind of haunts me to this day, because I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't have lifted the day before. So all these other tournaments were on a Saturday. So I was like, okay, I'll do these tournaments and then I'll lift on Sunday. This one was on Sunday. So I was like, well, I'll lift a little bit lighter than I usually do, and then I'll go in on Sunday. And like, I was kind of tired that day. Like it was like, kind of knew like something was going to, I was just like, all right. Like, and also I was like, didn't prepare at all for this. Again, you did it last minute. Like at this point, you're just kind of being a dick, and now God's going to kind of like check your ego a little bit here. And that's kind of where I got to learn the lesson of like, okay, don't just do shit last minute. Actually prepare, like actually like deload that week, you know, don't be a dick. Like that was kind of the thing. Like, okay, you're an asshole. You just think you're better than you are. You think your body can do more than it actually can. It's kind of like Icarus flew too close to the sun that day. Yeah. That was basically what happened. That's the lesson I got to take from that.
That happened to me when there was just like I saw a random post somewhere on like Instagram, and there was a marathon. And this was, I saw it on Friday, and the marathon's on Sunday or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like the most that I ran all year is 2 miles. I'm just going to go ahead and try this.
Yeah, and you did it in the Vibrams, right? Vibrams.
Yeah, in my fucking barefoot shoes. God damn it. The worst decision.
Terrible fucking idea, bro. All of it was a bad idea, but that was just like the icing on the shit pile of bad ideas. You're like, I'm not going to wear regular shoes. I'm going to wear barefoot shoes that they always tell you, like, ease into these. I'm not going to do the opposite of ease into.
It was terrible. I mean,
you got like microfractures on your feet and stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
It did not feel good.
Yeah,
17 miles. And there was a moment where, you know, you can go right and you you're on the track for the full marathon, or you go left and it's it's just the half. And I was like, nah.
They're like, I got this. I'm fucking feeling good.
Yeah, I'm beating. Like I started catching up to all these. I showed up 30 minutes late, and I was like, fuck it, like I'll be fine. The pacer truck is about to head out. Yeah. No warm up, just going out there.
It's just running, bro. It's just slightly move faster than walking, right?
Yeah, right. And then mile 15 or whatever it was, like, man, they say it's all in the mind. You're going to reach a point where it's really going to hurt. And my feet are fucking killing me.
They say that to the people that are trading.
I was like, I'll be like, it's just in my head. It's in my head,
dude. It's all mental.
It's all mental.
It out, fucking. Who's going to carry the boats?
It's the most.
Stay hard.
Yeah, exactly. It was the most freaking like douchebaggy thing you can do. And I just, at 17, the pacer truck caught up to me. And I was like, I can't do it. I got an Uber.
Yeah.
Went back.
Should've just hopped up on a pacer truck and be like,
right.
Take me home, guys. If they say if you stay hard for over 4 hours, you should consult a physician. So that you stayed hard for too long, my friend.
I was too hard for too long. Yeah. I think the competitive mindset, I don't know if it's, I think it's developed partly. I think people are just probably have a personality towards it. Yeah. And I think it transfers to things outside of just sport, which 100%. I appreciate. And so right now that competitive drive is like, okay, let me take as many certifications that I possibly can in the finance world. Because I just want to be educated. And so it's like, let's create a game plan and let's try to go down this route. And then also let's take Mandarin lessons and let's try to do the businesses and let's do the MBA. And it was like, so there's still a lot on the plate of, I guess, competition. But then when I joined the MBA, I realized that I noticed, man, some of these people are just like fucking like, really? Like this?
Douchebags or idiots.
Idiots.
They're just kind of dumb.
People were asking questions like in the first couple of weeks, like, what's the mean? You don't know what average is?
Average, you fuck.
You don't know you know what the fucking average is? This is like third grade.
And these are all people that like have college degrees?
These are all people with college degrees that have at least, I think it's like 10 years of experience working in their field. And so you have directors and you have a couple different CEOs in there.
And people are asking what the mean is. It's like, how did you get here?
And so at that point, I was like, man, fuck this competition. This competition sucks. Like
these guys are all beating up retards here.
This isn't fun. Yeah. I was in a negotiation with this lady in a negotiation course, and afterwards, so I negotiated for like $25 million and then 5% royalty every single year on this specific deal.
Sure.
But she could have the deal. And then at the end of it, everyone's going over like what they got in the negotiation. Some people were like, I got $3 million and that was it, or we didn't make a deal. And finally they get to us and it's like, so what did you guys get to? It's like 25 million plus 5% royalties. It's like, she only had $20 million to negotiate and she gave you 25 plus royalties.
Yeah.
How does this make any sense? And I was like,
she's really dumb. That's why it makes sense.
She's not the best in negotiating. And so I just like it's like constantly things like that. We were talking about point of sale systems the other day, and I was like, we can look at we're trying to create like options for a different business and how they become more efficient. It's like we can offer this. They don't have this. They run everything on Excel. It can create all these things for them. And this a couple people are like, what are POS?
Point of sale.
Point of sale, you dumb fuck. Like, what the fuck?
So you just feel like you're punching down. You're just like, I'm beating all these people.
I hate it.
But it's like,
I hate it.
It's not competitive. It's not hard at all.
It's not hard at all.
Yeah, all that sounds super boring to me, but I'm glad you're doing that. I mean, you're investing your time in something, but you're just realizing like, I'm dominant. I don't want to. It's too easy.
It's too easy. And that's kind of sad.
Problem to hand. I guess.
Yeah. I want a good medium, and I think like that's where like real competition comes in, where it's like, yeah, you're not the best, but you're also not the absolute worst. Like there's the potential for you to grow in this thing. So maybe you start in the middle and you're like, all right, it'll be hard, but I know that I can get to a level up. And then once you get to that level, you're like, okay, maybe I can get to another level here. There's something to kind of strive for versus like, I realized, man, I know a lot more about business than I thought I did, which was good, but at the same time, kind of sad.
Yeah, fair. I mean, it's like it can be a real burden being of like moderate intelligence these days because there's just a lot of people aren't thinking much anymore. All their thinking's done for them, and they just don't have to like think critically, and they're just Just like I ran into this a while ago at jiu-jitsu. Like, hopefully this person doesn't listen because they're going to know I'm talking about them. But we were doing this drill where it's like you got to post on your hands and your feet, and the person's like going to crawl around your body a fucking backpack, right? Well, so there's this group of girls doing it, and like one of the girls like comes down too aggressively and hits the other girl in the arm and like hyperextends her elbow. And I'm like, well, like you should get into lifting weights for like injury prevention. She's like, well, that's not going to help if somebody's full body weight crashes on my arm. I'm like, actually, it would. Because if your elbows are able to like handle a certain amount of resistance that's close to that chick's body weight, it wouldn't be a problem at all. I was like, I just gave up because I was like, well, when she said that's not going to help me with somebody's body weight crashing in my arm, I'm like, you're just too stupid to have this conversation. I'm not going to invest my time. Not going to invest my time. Cute girl. And I was like, I would date you, but it's like, I would be a real struggle because I'm going to constantly be correcting you and be like, actually, and you're going to think I'm a dick and you're going to be like, oh, he's a fucking pompous jackass. And it's like, it's not. I'm just trying to help you be more educated and not be so stupid.
Yeah.
You know,
it's dumb people are really, I think it's not necessarily just the like you can be uneducated and that's fine.
It's like an ignorance thing.
It's the lack of openness or the lack of recognition that other people know stuff that are probably more than you.
I call it like a confidence in your own ignorance thing.
It's
people
weird.
Are very confident in their ignorance.
People are very confident in their ignorance, and it's really frustrating. Mm-hmm. And even if they do know you should work out, right? Like half of our country is obese. Yeah. You should be working out. People are like, yeah, but like, really, is it really going to help? Like, can I just have a fix? Like, can you just take Ozempic and like that be it?
Right.
It's like, no, that's not it. Like, there's so much more to this game than just that thing.
Right.
Like, just trust that there's other people that do know that you should walk 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
I think is like the minimum requirement from like the whatever government agency recommends. If people did that, I mean, just that alone would probably help more than people think.
But people want maximum effort, maximum results with minimal effort. That's not the thing. And that's like how much, like when you like strive towards something, like all of like the joy you get out of that isn't usually achieving the goal. It's all that time that you spent and the relationships you built, and like you're gonna like remember like, oh man, like I didn't really want to train today, but I did, and now I feel better, and like that kind of like it's the character you build reaching that goal. That's what is of value. It's not the fucking medal or like, oh, I lost 100 pounds. Yeah, but what did you learn about yourself when you lost that 100 pounds? Of like, no, I can do this, right? Like that's the fucking problem. Is just people just like to just be soft and just be dumb and just be like, no, this is easy. It's like, no, because it's like, I got to work 40 hours a week or I have a kid or whatever, dude. Like, I told you about this guy when I left last time of like, there's a guy at Extreme. His name is Martin Lopez. I think it's like Make a Move on Instagram or something. But I'm like, every time I see the dude, I told him, like I've talked to him for a little while, but I just told him one day, I'm like, dude, you inspire me so much because he survived a horrific car wreck. He has burn scars all over his body. He has one eye. He has one arm cut off right here. Like, no, so he has one arm for all intents and purposes, one hand, no hand, no forearm. And he's like all fucked up, but he like goes to Extreme every day and is like doing jujitsu, and then he's like working out afterwards. And I'm like, dude, like there's so many people with two arms and two eyes and all the excuses. Meanwhile, you have one eye, one arm, zero excuses. Like you're, you know, like I would like to bottle not only that, but like the fact that he had the will to survive while he's like in a burning car, like shit's like dripping on his face, like burning him. And he still wants to like, isn't just like, hey man, I'm packing it in. Like I give up, tap out, fucking take me. I'm going to take a big deep breath of this fucking smoke and pass out and just fucking wake up in heaven or hell or not wake up at all and just fucking embrace the darkness. Cause that's probably what I would have done. That's why I tell him, I was like, I don't think I have that will to survive that you have. Won't know unless I'm put in that position. This is not wood. Knock on wood, I won't be there in that position. But it's like so many people go through their life assuming that they're going to die with all their limbs intact and like no disfiguration or anything like that. And like you're taking a lot of shit for granted. Like your ability to move and walk around and fucking lift. Like lifting weights is a fucking privilege, dude.
It is. Like,
and that's why I try to explain to them. I'm like, dude, like these people just don't fucking get it. Like a lot of them don't. Like some people do. Some people have that mindset of like, oh dude, like I get to do all this shit. Like I get to do stuff that a lot of people don't get to do because they live in a third world country and they're working 100 hours a week, or they can't do it because they don't fucking have any arms or they're paralyzed or whatever. People just like don't fucking appreciate the grace that they have. Like whether it's God given or something else, like they have a lot of gifts and they're just wasting them. Like
it is we get a lot of like supplements and stuff from people in here, and one of them was an anti-inflammatory thing, and people are like, oh dude, my back was hurting, I took this thing, it felt so much better. And I was like, man, I wake up every day without any real pain.
Good for you.
And so like the fact that I can do that, that's a fucking privilege.
And you've been using your body for a long time to do stuff. So that's good. That's awesome to hear that, because I'm not in the same spot. Like I keep on like fidgeting around. Like I'm just kind of in a like, when they like people, there's like a meme of like, oh, how much pain are you in today? Just the normal amount. The normal amount is 0. Oh, I beg to differ. Because it's like I'm always in some kind of like something's uncomfortable. I'm always at least moderately uncomfortable. So I'm like, what effect is that having on my mood, on my day, on my energy levels, whatever? I don't think about it too much because again, I fucking have both my hands. I have both my arms. I can see out of both eyes. Like whatever. I'm a little bit of pain. Like I'm gonna die eventually either way. So like I'm still gonna lift weights. And it's like that's why I like work out the way that I do, because I'm like I haven't found that edge yet of like where is my potential. Right. I want to touch that. I want to know, like, yeah, sometimes I can't pick up that bar, but sometimes I can. And then it's like, I do it and it's easy. And I'm like, okay, well, we can do more next time then. Like, that's cool.
It is
that's
cool.
fun.
It is very cool.
Yeah.
Like right now, like I do want to like, I'll have normal, like regular stuff. Like my right shoulder this morning, or like my more like the medial border of my scaps is a little uncomfortable. It's tight.
Yeah.
And so I'll stretch a little bit and I'm like, okay,
Goes
well,
away.
It's gone.
Nothing's permanent. Right.
Nothing's permanent. And like, I think as we work with clients, like you see people, I have somebody who's it's just getting up and off the ground is hard. And so you're like, man, dude, when I turn 60, 70 years old, like that, for that to be me, I hope to God that's never not the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if
but
I
you're
can
willing to do the work to prevent that from happening. Right?
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, I don't really think that it's that much shit.
No, it's not at all. You don't have to like deadlift fucking 575 pounds.
No,
not at all. Like I just do it excessively because I'm fucking obsessive about stuff. And it's like, I have a lot of problems that trying to fucking work out in in a constructive way, but probably not the way that's actually going to fix any of it. But I'm still super strong and I look good, so that's fine.
But then you get to keep like let's say the other side of it is like you people that osteoporosis is pretty popular. It's a pretty popular thing, you know.
People are really into osteoporosis,
and like the fact that you're deadlifting heavy, you're moving heavy weight, well, last you the rest of your life. Like let's say you do lose an arm, or like you get into an accident that might result in you losing an arm, and just because you worked out just a little heavier so that your bone is forced to adapt, maybe you reduce the chances of that happening.
Right.
You know, it doesn't need to be 500 pounds, but it can be 100 pounds. Like I have a 61 61-year-old lady deadlifting 185.
Yeah.
And like, does she need to hit 300 pounds? No, probably not ever. Do I have a personal goal to get her to be lifting heavy? Sure.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah, because why not, right? Yeah. But she's taking care of herself. She's doing all the right things so that whenever she is 80 years old, she can even just get out of a chair. I remember seeing my great grandmother like just confined to a recliner, and that's all she could do. And it's like, is that really life? Like, is that really living? Like at that point, like I'm out. Like, what's the point? If I can't walk around, what the fuck?
Not interested. Yeah.
Not interested. Not interested at all.
No, just float me out into the ocean. Let the sharks have me.
Yeah. We went on a cruise in Alaska, and we went to go do this whale sighting thing. And there was a lady who she couldn't walk from the truck. We were at the pier to the boat without, I guess, pain or like what. She was a bigger lady, but she got maybe halfway through and she was just bawling her eyes out. And they were trying like, we can't get you a wheelchair. Like you need to walk 100 yards, not even 100 yards. Like you just got to walk down there.
Do it.
And she couldn't do it. And I was like, dude, how sad.
That is sad.
I mean, it should be a good wake up call. I would hope at that point you're like, all right, I'm going back home. I'm going to walk 10 minutes a day or 5 minutes a day. Like something, for fuck's sake.
Movement is a privilege. For
yeah,
sure.
Man.
Yeah.
Movement's a privilege. Being able to think is a privilege.
Yeah. Having the will to think.
Having the will to think.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't do that.
No, they don't have that. I don't know what it is. Yeah, they don't have the will, or they just don't have the want, or it's just like, it must be nice. Like they say, ignorance is bliss. Like if you just walk through life and just like, I got to do this job from 8 to 5, and then it's go home and I have a beer, and then I watch fucking Fox News, and then it's just like I do it all over again on the weekends. Fucking how about them Cowboys, to quote that from the last episode.
Cowboys.
You know, it just like, it must be like, I can understand while there seems to be like this disassociation of like people think that other people aren't real. I can see how you would think that, because it seems like some people like what you're just surviving. Like you're just kind of like, you are like an NPC. It's like you go to the same place, you do the same things, and that you have no hobbies, you don't have anything going on, you're just kind of existing.
It's weird.
And so like I don't know, yeah, it is very like society's in a weird spot, dude. Like I really have a lot of like hope that more people like find religion or find spirituality, or just find something that's like, okay, I need to treat other people better. I should treat myself better, treat my body better. Like, cause it's not, I mean, I would say statistics would probably say that like crime's probably lower than it ever has been, but it's like, I don't know, dude. Maybe it's just everything's like in your face. So you see all the bad shit, and like the bad news is what hits, so.
I don't know. It does seem like things are in a weird place. It seems like everyone's so divided. Yeah. Like I try to talk to my brother about just life, and then all of a sudden politics comes up, and we have a difference of opinion. Sure. And it becomes like a yelling match on his end, where he's just so passionate and so staunch on like, this is the right thing, and everyone else sucks and they're the devil. I'm like, is it really is it really that like clear cut? Because I don't think anything is that clear cut. Yeah. So why do you think like this one thing is that clear cut? It's just hard to have conversations with people like this is what I think, and this is how it benefits my life, and maybe you can poke holes in it, sure, but I can poke holes in yours too. Right. And if you can't see the holes in it, then I don't know. It's like, how can anybody be that confident when you like in medicine they tell you within 10 years half of the stuff that you learn in school is going to be wrong.
Right.
Like, how can you be that confident? It's going to change. Be open-minded a little bit, Yeah.
I mean, nothing's black and white, dude. There's a lot of gray. A lot of things are subjective. You got to just like be open to difference of opinions. It's hard for some people because they get so mad. But it's like, I was going to say this earlier, like just when people just treat you badly, or like they yell at you or whatever, like your brother, like when he's like you start talking about politics and he starts yelling, be like, hey man, is everything okay? Are you good? Are you okay? Like, no. Is this something else? Are you really this mad about politics, or are you like something else going on? Because we can talk about it. Like, it's cool.
It's almost always something else.
It's always almost something else, right? Yeah, it's usually something else. Like, there's a lot of there's a lot of variables in life. They can't just be like, like my dad's like on Twitter and like likes Fox News, and he's very convinced that like he's getting like senators busted on Twitter. I'm like, dude, you need to go outside. Like, you're losing touch with reality. Like, he doesn't want to leave the house. Like, I get it, his medical shit, he's not in good health, and it's like, dude, like you gotta. I realize you got rheumatoid arthritis. I realize your one knee's replaced. You got to get the other knee replaced. But it's like, man, you got to try to do something. Like, you can't just not exercise for the rest of your life and not move, because eventually you won't be able to move. And it's like, you're going to be way more miserable, and you're going to be way more on Twitter, and you're just going to fucking drive yourself insane, bro. And it's like, it's not good. There's this road does not lead to a good place. But it's like, again, he's too prideful to acknowledge if he's like heading in the bad direction. I don't think he would listen to me, because it's like, I'm his son, and what the fuck do I know? Like, I'm only the person that he raised, and then like has had access to way more information for longer, because I grew up with the internet, and it's like he did not have that stuff growing up. So it's like, dude, like I've had access to like in my entire like adolescence, childhood, like everything. So it's like I might be able to parse through this shit a little bit easier than you, and like not get so riled up and not be like, that's true, that's false. Like, it's probably all of it. There's some bullshit involved with everything. There's fuckery in all aspects of everything. So
what's the point of all of it?
It's a great question. I did a lot of mushrooms one time, and I like came to the conclusion of like, hey man, we're all just part of the same consciousness, dude. And like, we just, like we get to experience life through different eyes, and like get to feel love and hate and all these emotions. And then when we die, we just join that consciousness again. And like, as I've been getting more religious, I'm like, I feel like the Bible is just a way of like explaining that, of like, hey, you are here for a reason, and it's to like get as connected as you can in this body to that one consciousness. And it's like, to do that, you got to be like Jesus. You got to love everybody unconditionally, which is fucking hard as shit to do all the time. Like, you can't ever be mad at one. Like, I know there was the part of the Bible where he was like flipping tables and whipping people in the temple that they like put all the shops in and stuff. And he's
Jesus?
Like, yeah. You never heard the story?
No.
So I forget what book of the Bible it is, but he's going into temple, and they had like turned the temple into like a flea market. And he's like, what have you guys done in my father's house flips the tables, whips people. And it's like, I get like, you're not like, this is a place of worship. You're not supposed to, which has happened a lot now. You're not supposed to corporatize church. It's like a lot of churches now. It's like, hey, how do we get more money? How do we get more money? How do we get more money? Like, dude, like we're not here about money. Like the church doesn't need to be, we don't need a fucking big screen and a smoke machine and fucking lasers and shit. Like come in, fucking stand there and read the Bible and tell us what you think and tell us how we can do better. That's all you need to do. Like at the end of the day, like I started going to a different church because I was like, you guys are doing, there's a lot of fuckery here. I'm trying not to be judgmental, but the bad is starting to outweigh the good for me. So I'm going to go somewhere else and see if I can find something that aligns a little bit more with how I believe we should be worshiping, right? So it's like, yeah, Jesus was whipping people and flipping tables. And that's like a goal I've had recently of like, I don't want to hang out with people. I don't want to sit at tables with people that Jesus would have flipped this table, right? So I was like, it's good that we're doing this because I don't feel like Jesus would flip this table, right?
I don't think so.
But it's like, that should be everybody's goal. It's like, I don't want to sit around with fucking fake people that are not like on the Lord's path or just trying to be better or trying to like be a good person, love others, treat others as you would be treated. That's the golden rule, right? And that's like comes from religion in some facet, right? It's like, you should be nice to people. You should love others and as you want to be loved. Like, don't be a dick. Don't like, that's my wife. It's my bike. I have a right to live. Like, don't worship false idols, whatever. Like the 10 Commandments, like that's the preface almost to the Bible. Like we should focus on that. Just 10 rules, can't break them. Seven ways that you shouldn't feel prideful, envious, that kind of stuff. Like that's all pretty basic stuff of like, hey, like if you do this, you will be a better person. I think that's the message at the end of the day for me is just like, okay, like how do I like embody that more? Right. I don't know if I just went off on a tangent, but that's why we're here.
That was
right?
great.
Thank you.
That was perfect.
Yeah,
No,
I hope you clipped that.
Yeah, it will be clipped. That was beautifully
Fair
said.
enough. Yeah, thanks.
I also wonder if it's even worth thinking so much about at times. Like, yeah, at times you can like wonder what your purpose is, but at the same time, I think once you got it, like, hey, treat people well, and you're like, okay, cool.
That is the purpose at the end of the day for me. It's like, why are we here? We're here to treat other people better, and we're trying to leave, like, I wouldn't even say this planet, leave this reality a better place than it was when we got here, right? I was like, with Christianity, they're like, you should be such a kind person that people see Jesus's love through you and they find Jesus that way. Like I'm like, that's beautiful. I like that. Like, let's do that.
Yeah.
It's
not about like, even though, yes, there are the worldly things of having money and it is unnecessary, it's a necessary, an unfortunate, necessary part of our reality. Mm-hmm. There's ways to do it that helps other people, that adds value and doesn't like take away. You have people who do it and like grossly, like the classic, I guess, car salesman, like that people recognize, getting shit turned around on you, and you're just like, man, that was a terrible experience.
And some people are parasites, and they're just taking advantage of everything and just trying to like take and not give anything. That's a shitty existence. I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that either.
No,
yeah, it doesn't sound like fun. Yeah.
No, it seems like very empty. Like at the end of the day, like you're gonna have nothing and be nothing, and
then what? Then like you're gonna be alone. Like,
yeah.
Who's going to want to hang out with that person? Who wants to spend time with that person?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's for fucking sure.
It's one thing I feel like I should be better. Like we were talking before the podcast of like, I need to be better at like calling people out on their shit and whether or not they want to receive that criticism and accept it. That's on them, I guess. But I don't have to be here for the bullshit, right? I don't have to like, hey, how are you? How are things going? Meanwhile, I just know they're fucking spinning a yarn and they're just telling me a story that isn't actually what's going on, but they're going to fucking like and make everything out like, oh yeah, everything's great. I still got my job. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just looking at other options. Blah, blah. Okay, dude, I know you're selling me a line of bullshit, but I'm just going to sit here and nod and be like, okay, good for you. Or I should be like, nah, man, that doesn't seem very consistent. Like what's really going on? You want to tell me some shit or like you want to just continue living a lie? Like you can do that, but it's just not going to end well.
That's toxic masculinity.
100%, dude. Yeah, man. Like fuck men, dude. What is a man?
I think that like if we did call each other out more often, it would probably result in better things for us as a collective.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, people are just so. I mean, even me too. I mean, it's like they are who they are. Like I'm just not
right.
Gonna,
and you just go about your day, and then like nothing positive has come of that, right?
So it's probably better to say something than not.
Accountability is love.
Accountability is
love.
Love.
Yeah, accountability is love. Holding those you love accountable is an important thing. And if they don't want to be accountable, that's on them. But like, again, you can just go your separate way, and you can, hey, I tried, and they can think I'm a dick if they want to, but like, you can only tell that lie so many times before somebody's gonna be like, well, I feel like they did, that's not what happened, and you're just kind of like, again, spinning a yarn. You're just telling me a fairy tale, and you want to live your life like that. Cool, man. You can live in a fiction, or you can live in reality with the rest of us.
It's nicer for them to probably live in a lie.
No, 100%. Like, ignorance is bliss. So you can just pretend everything's awesome. I'm a great person. I don't have to be accountable ever. You know, it's like a lot of people are intolerant to lactose. A lot of people are intolerant to accountability. Most people don't, like, your actions have consequences, and sometimes you have to answer for them. Like, if you're a man and you talk to another man a certain way, there's a good chance they might fucking swing on you. Not advocating hitting women, but if you're a woman and you say something to a man, usually it gets to slide without any kind of physical consequences, right? And then if there is physical consequences, usually the man goes to jail. Usually he's not societally, he's reflected on in a not a good way, but there's a whole like gender that doesn't really have to face accountability for things. That's the thing. It's like, okay, well, like, you know, like the kind of people you'll see these shows of these housewives that like, they're all a big group of friends, but then when two of them go off and hang out, all they're doing is talking shit about the rest of the group. If it's men and it gets back to one of the men that you're talking shit about, like, hey man, we got a fucking problem, we're going outside. Women don't have that. I don't know. So it's like,
how do they check each other?
How do they check that? Great fucking question. I would have a woman on here to talk about that with you. I can't answer it.
I don't know who I would.
Should I identify as a woman for a second?
You can.
Gender fluid.
You definitely can. You can.
Well, there's something to be said. Like Bill Burr goes off on this a lot, and I don't want to just like take his thoughts, but it's like, why are women so like into watching the Real Housewives? Watching women destroy each other essentially, but the WNBA makes how much money compared to the NBA? Like you won't watch 5 women working together towards a common goal, but you'll watch women just destroy each other and self-destruct, and like you want to watch people like burn out and just fucking like, what's that about?
I wonder.
Yeah,
it's a really good question.
Men are really into team sports. Men are all about supporting other men. Yeah. Too much so, almost. It's like men will live vicariously through their sports team that they're a fan of. That's outrageous.
Also not
it's
great.
Like you should probably do your own shit and not take so much pride in these other guys like winning a game. That's fucking absurd. So again, like two opposite ends of the spectrum. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We need to find like Earth. We need to all come back to Earth. Can't be on Mars, can't be on Venus. You can't live there. It's not physically possible. So let's come back to Earth and let's all like get together and be one and be nice to each other.
You know, I think this is why I kind of like food. I like dinners. I like
foods bring people together. Tables.
Food has always brought people together, and I absolutely love, like, whenever I've traveled, it's like I want to eat and like show me the hole in the wall that locals go. That's where I want to eat, and I want to try to order in that whatever language I'm in, because I want to
embrace
here.
the culture.
I want to embrace who you guys are, right? Like, you guys have allowed me to visit.
Yep.
Thank you, and like, let me sit down and just learn about. Well, we're not that different.
Breaking bread.
We're not. Yeah, breaking bread.
It's like a lot of like the Bible is like Jesus sitting at a table with his boys, like having like the Last Supper. Hey, I know one of you is going to betray me. This is meant to be. This is written already. Like, we're going to break bread and we're going to talk about it and we're going to have a good time before these guys are going to show up and crucify me. Yeah, that's a big thing in religion of like, hey man, like tables, like that's why people love podcasting so much, because it's two people, like we're not having a meal, but we're sitting and we're talking and we're just like bullshitting and we're going through life, and people want to like feel part of something. So they're like, it's almost like I'm sitting at the table with them and I'm having a conversation. A lot of people listen to podcasts while they're eating. And it's like a lot of people families just don't really sit and eat together anymore. And people just don't do it as much as they used to. Everybody's going to Grubhub and getting shit delivered to their house and eating in isolation. And I'm a big, like, I accidentally like got into a point where it's like, okay, I have these goals. What you guys are eating doesn't align with my goals. So I like stop eating dinner with my parents. And it's like, then I don't go out to eat that much, because I'm doing other things. I'm busy with my business. I'm busy training, blah, blah, blah. And it's not great. Like, that's why I appreciate this time, because I'm like, I feel like this is productive. This is super good. But yeah, like we're disconnecting from people, and that's a big part of the problem as well.
I think that's why I like podcasting. Like I messaged this lady on, I think her episode probably dropped like last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. her name's Dawn, and I messaged Dawn on Instagram. She was a former dietitian at the UFCPI.
Okay.
And we met in person and had a wonderful conversation.
Nice.
And I was like, wow, like I think that was the point of social media.
Yeah.
You can build a relationship online or start a relationship online, and then actually comes into fruition where you have somebody that's now a friend. Like that's how fucking cool, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for whatever reason, sitting down with somebody and just talking seems so far gone.
Yeah.
It's, hey, how you doing? You good?
Right.
Cool. All right, see you later.
Just no connection. I was like, I didn't care in the first place. I don't know why. I just asked out of pleasantries, but I'm going back to my bullshit. Or like while they're answering you, you're thinking of like, what do I got going on today? Like, you know. So it's like, yeah, we're just okay with it. Or like so many people are just quick to be like, how are you? Oh, I'm good. And it's like, meanwhile, I'm like, my life's falling apart. Like things are not good, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, connection like with other people is like super valuable and important. And a big problem of society now is people are so disconnected.
I read an article. I get emails from I think it's called Fit Insider. So they just give you, I think it's a weekly update about what's going on in the fitness industry, the health industry. And the recent one I got, I think yesterday, was talking 73% of adults feel like they are lonely. And then it's like why they're lonely. It's like work, and then not fam. It was work time, finances, and whatever, several different other rationales of why they feel alone. And loneliness is a really a problem.
Big problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. I mean, more and more men are just killing themselves, and it's a big thing. And like, it could be something, I don't know, like flag football with your buddies, or jiu-jitsu with your friends. Like it could be something that's so simple. It's like it's an hour or 2 hours. You get to hang out for a little bit.
Maybe a church or temple or something.
It could be
like
a church temple. Yeah, it could
fellowship.
be anything that is going to get you to be around a community that's a real community. We can like
positive,
be vulnerable, be like have some positivity around it.
Yeah.
Well,
that's like with veterans is like that suicide rate so high is because they like went through all this shit with this group of guys. They had like a core of like, these are my brothers, and then they come back, and I think that is gone now. They can't find it anywhere else. There's a bunch of people that can't relate to the experiences they had. So they're like, literally there's one way out of this. And like, maybe I'm struggling financially. My family can get life insurance out of this. And there's like, it's hard being a guy. And it's like, you're not supposed to talk about how hard it is. And it is hard. Like, because at the end of the day, you don't really feel like anybody gives a shit if you're having a hard time, because it's just like, you're a man, fucking get over it. Fucking put the fucking lid on that bottle of feelings you got going right now and just stay hard, bro.
Yeah, right. You know? You can't. I feel like even having anxiety was like a no-go for me when I was like growing. Like now, I'm like, I'm fucking anxious right now, and I'm owning it and just being like, I got to fucking take a moment to just sit here.
Got to breathe.
Got to breathe. Got to do my steps. You know, just got to I got to get back to here.
Yeah.
Understanding stress is still a weird one for me. I'm not sure I'm really good about understanding when I get stressed out. But anxiety, I think, is a result from the accumulation of a lot of stress. Like the anxiety attacks is accumulation of all those things. And like even being sad, like, okay, like, can you sit with those feelings? When I first started meeting with a therapist, it was like, hey, do you recognize that you're skipping over these feelings? Like you'll start talking about something, you'll have like I would feel sadness, and then I'd be like, all right, gone, out. It can't exist.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, hold on, sit and think about it, and decide on why you're feeling that way. And then the more you understand why, the more you can either build a life to okay, maybe I do or I don't do these things. These are really my opinions about this thing that makes me sad or mad or happy. Makes you help you like learn yourself a little bit better.
Yeah, diving into your emotions and like, why do I feel this way? What triggered this? Yeah, that kind of stuff. I took a break from therapy, and I feel like I want to get back into it. I've been kind of like subbing out church for therapy, but it's like the therapist I was seeing was just kind of like listening to me and was just like, yeah, I feel like you're justified in those feelings. And it wasn't like, okay, do you want to give me like tools or like any kind of like suggestions or no? But
that happens.
And it's like, I've heard like, because this therapist was under my insurance. Like I heard there's a lot of therapists that like, hey, when they're just charging your insurance, they're just going to kind of listen to you for an hour. They're just kind of collecting that money. And another thing that bugged me was I was like, hey, like these days really don't work for me. Can you do Friday? And I was like, oh, sorry, I'm only in the office from Monday through Thursday. I was like, the office is your fucking house, dude. Like you're acting like this is a big inconvenience for you. I was like, okay, if it's not that big of a deal to you, I'll just go fucking kill myself. Right. And it's like, cool.
Thanks.
Whatever. Yeah. Thank you for you're pretending to care, but not really if it's outside of your business hours. Like business, if you're like, I'm not going to say people should be working on it, but if you're a therapist, like working 4 days a week, do you really feel like that's enough? Like, that's cool with you? Like how many people out there are fucking struggling? Like, do you actually care? Or is this just an easy job for you to do and you got the license and you were like, oh yeah, I like helping people, dude. Yeah. Do you like helping people or are you just fucking getting a paycheck? Because it kind of seems like you're getting a paycheck.
There are definitely people who are just getting a paycheck. I think right now my therapist, I just started again several months ago, and I like the challenging thoughts or the tools. And it's like, well, why do you think that? And I was like, oh fuck, I don't know. It's a good question. Or why do you like? I started drinking, and I was like, okay, what's going on? Like, why are you doing that again? It's like, okay, gotta like really understand like why, and then what do I use as tools, and like. I like the challenging thought, but I went in there and I was like, I don't need validation. Yeah. I don't want validation. Right. I want you to challenge the way I'm thinking and then tell me if I'm being an asshole.
That's what I want too. Or like if I'm being an asshole, that's a problem. And it's like telling him like, hey, I have an addictive personality and I'm also super obsessive about stuff. I'm spending a lot of time working out. Oh, well, working out's good for you and you look great. Okay, cool. That's not really a solution, is it? Like, there's something like broken or something that's not working properly. That's like, I don't know if it's that or if it's just like, hey, in my head, I'm like, you already have these injuries. Like, let's not get more, or let's try to fix these to the best of we can, or let's try to like stop the bleeding a little bit. Like at least like put a tourniquet on it so that like it doesn't get worse. But that's kind of turned into like, okay, before I actually like we discussed early on the first podcast, like, okay, my warm up's like over 2 hours. Like that, it was not great if I want to have like a relationship or, and it's like maybe, and it's like I got to get over that fear of like, hey, you can like minimize the warm up and it's not going to lead to you being paralyzed, that kind of thing. And it's like, okay, like I just kind of said it, so hopefully that kind of clicks with me. But I'm just like, I don't know.
Would you have a client warm up for 2 hours?
No, but it's like if I'm left to my own, so like I worked out when I was in Washington. I worked out in my buddy's garage, shortened the warm up, didn't do the entire workout, and was like, okay, well, the mediocre workout. Like I'm glad I did something, but it didn't like get that itch of like, hey, you did all of the things and you also crushed a PR and like now you can like go about the rest of your day because you are complete now.
There's like, definitely something there.
Yeah, 100%. And so like I don't know what that is exactly. And it's like there's like. Part of me is just like, dude, like, did something happen that I'm like repressing or something like that when I was a child? And like, I had a client that was like, look, if you were like molested or sexually abused or something, like, and you forgot for a reason. So why don't you just like let it go and like not wonder if you're repressing something? And I'm like, okay, fair.
That's a mentality.
It's a good mentality. And it's like, she was like, take it from me. Like it's better to not remember. Know. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like, yeah, it's just like, maybe it's just extreme OCD. And I'm just like, this is my thing. Maybe it's just like I've had my problems with like gambling, with like spending too much money on things, with drugs. And it's like, okay, obviously I have an addictive personality and it's like, I need that dopamine hit. And like, but it's like working out is so long that it's like, I'm not getting a dopamine hit from this. I just feel like it's my routine now. And it's like, okay, routine's very important for autistic people. Haven't gotten that confirmed, but I'm pretty sure at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm kind of trying to parse through that.
Is it a sense of control or like?
It might be of like, hey, this is something I can control. I can control my body. I can't control my neck injury. My fucking cervical, all the discs in my cervical spine are fucking shot. But I can't control like how is my shoulder strength? How are my knees health? How's my hip health? Like I can keep the rest of my body from falling apart. Even though this one thing is kind of keeping me from my passion, fighting. Like it's keeping me away from the thing doing that I love. Or it's like, it's not keeping him away for per se, but it's like, if I go into a fight camp and I fight, I may end up going into that fight physically hampered because one of my arms isn't fucking working because of my neck. And it's like, my last 2 fights, I was going through that. And it's like, I don't want to go through that again. So can I make it through a fight camp without triggering this neck injury and like having one of my arms completely atrophied and completely useless going into a fight? Maybe, maybe not. But I mean, so it's in God's hands, I guess. Like that's how Christians make themselves feel better. Just like, you don't have any control, let go and let God. I'm like, okay. I'm just going to push that anxiety down and believe in the big guy upstairs. I gotcha.
Training also, I think a counter, like, well, training is also good for anxiety. And So I mean, is it like do you operate at such a high anxiety level that the exercise helps just control it so that you can live the rest of your life? And if it takes 4 hours a day, some people are designed where they need 30 minutes. Other people are designed where they need several hours.
Yep.
So if you're one of those people that is one of those several hour people, then how do you design the rest of your life around that 4 hours that you're training to allow for maybe some other goals? Unless those things aren't real goals. Like I really want to have a relationship. It's like, okay, well then if you're not willing to change this because it allows you to feel comfortable inside of your life, then don't. But then
And
something
die
else, but something else needs to change.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's got to be a give and take. Yep.
There's got to be a give and take. There's a give and take with that all.
Got to be a balance. Everything needs balance. Force needed balance. That's why all those youngling guys had to die.
That was
Star Wars?
No.
Fuck, man. God,
I do have a tattoo of Jar Jar Binks.
Well, what the fuck? Why?
Because I was with a friend and
you're like, I don't even know what the cultural reference is here, but I'm gonna.
I took the advice I was given too literal. So I was told he had just broken up with his girl.
Okay.
He wasn't in a good place, and then my girl was like, "Hey, this weekend's about him. Go out there, have a good time in Austin."
No, that was good advice.
But it's about him.
Yeah.
Not about you. I was like, okay. So then we're gonna go to a bar. We turned around. I pulled into the wrong. I don't know if he was driving. I think maybe he was driving. We pulled into the wrong parking lot.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, let's just go and see what they have for Flash." It's like, I really don't want a fucking tattoo, but all right. This week it's not about me. It's about him.
Not about me.
We walked in, and he was like, "I think we should get matching tattoos of that and that." And I was like.
And one of those things was Jar Jar Binks. And you're like, it's not about me. You're a good friend.
It's not about me.
You're a good friend. That's something you have on you for the rest of your life. Where is that tattoo?
It's on my quad. I'll show you after.
Okay, it's on my dick. I'll show you later.
Yeah. Hey.
So we's not gonna fuck. That's a pretty good Jar Jar Binks impression.
I had no. And then like. He was like, yeah, Jar Jar is like the N-word of the Star Wars. Like nobody likes Jar Jar Binks. Nobody likes Jar Jar Binks.
He's actually like a racist character.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's like people believe he's based off of like Step and Fetch It, which is like a kind of mammy, kind of like not great. Not great.
But that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. And so I was like, okay.
The other tattoo was a swastika. Jar Jar Binks is like riding the swastika.
This is a good tattoo. It was for him. It was for me.
It wasn't for me. My friend's racist. It was about him. It was about him that weekend. Okay. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it was. Good advice, but I think
you took it a little too literally.
I took it. Yeah.
Your friend's a dick for being like, "Hey man, I'm going through some shit. We should get matching tattoos."
Yeah.
Well, do you still friends with that guy?
No.
Oh, fuck him. Terrible friend.
I'm still down as his reference for all of his like payday loans, which not great.
Cool. Yeah. So now the Jar Jar Binks tattoo is making sense in the breakup. Yeah. All right. It's all the dots are connecting.
I get calls every so often like, do you know this person? It's like, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, he's late on his payment. It's like,
I have a Jar Jar Binks tattoo that says I know him.
We have the same spot. We're matching. I mean, yeah. So.
He's late on his payment. So not my fucking. Tell me this sounds like I'm hanging up.
Yeah. So I text him and it's like, oh man, yeah.
Bro, yeah. I had to get more tattoos. I had to get.
I paid for the tattoos.
Oh
yeah, I paid for it, and it was the most expensive Flash tattoos that I've ever spent.
Flash tattoo is like we'll do it really quick for little money.
Already pre-made, and then you just choose whatever that is on the list of they can do. And so
I wasn't familiar with Flash.
Yeah, Flash is just like instant. You can walk in,
just go do it.
I think I spent like $600, $700 on two very small shitty tattoos, and they're not shitty, but like expensive.
That's
expensive.
Not great. Yeah. Well, you're a good friend.
I try.
Yeah, you try. You're trying. That's what this whole podcast is about. Is just try to do better. And I don't know if you were doing better in that scenario, but you were trying. You tried to be a better friend.
I was trying. Yeah. All right. I have a client.
Okay.
At 1:30. All right. So I think we should wrap up.
Put a button on it.
2 hours. 3 hours.
Pretty good, dude.
Yeah, it is. This one felt much better than the last one.
Yeah. It was rushed last time, but this is probably together culminate into a good thing.
Yeah. So go watch the last one.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah.
What else?
Is it? Did you post it already?
No,
okay.
I am so booked out. Like
I thought you were telling me that. You're telling that to the crowd. We're still
by the time they listen to this one, then they can go watch it. But like I am booked out like until September. I have episodes all the way until September.
I appreciate you squeezing me in twice in 2 weeks.
I mean, I enjoy these conversations.
I enjoy our conversations too.
I want them to be regular. I don't know if you watch Joe Rogan at all, but Joe Rogan and Duck and Trussell will have podcasts regularly. And they're friends.
They've been friends for a long time.
For a long time, and they're just hanging out and they talk shit and they just have a good time and they get dressed up and
that's what this is for you.
Yeah,
I appreciate being that guy. I'll give you a fist bump.
Yeah,
dude. Love
you. Want to leave the people with anything?
No, just be kind to yourselves and each other, and love you, bro.
Love you too, bro. Yeah. Appreciate it. Love y'all. Cheers. Bye.